Hi, I'm Amy and I'm here with Cara. We're doing a project to capture people's memories for the School Digital Champion Programme. We're here with Michael Bryan from the Silvermines. Can you tell us a bit about yourself?
Well, I was born in Silvermines almost 72 years ago. It'll be 72 years ago in a fortnight's time. I went to primary school in Silvermines, secondary school in Nina CBS, and from that then I went to St Patrick's Training College in Dublin, where I trained to be a teacher from 1964 to 1966. My first and only school was Lisson Hall National School in this parish, and I was teaching there from 1966 until 2001. That's 35 years. And at that stage then I changed and I became County GAA Secretary, and I was in that job for 7 years, and then I retired fully and travelled the world.
You mentioned you were a teacher for many years. What changes have you seen in education over the years?
Well, I think the programme in national schools now is far bigger and wider and more comprehensive than it was in my time. Basically, when I started, we were doing Irish, English, history, geography, maths, and bits and pieces of other things. But nowadays, there are so many different subjects. I'd get lost in them. I'm gone too old for that. And that would be a major change that I would see. The other big change, I suppose, would be with regard to who was in charge of the schools. When I started, the parish priest was the manager of the school. Nowadays, it's the board of management runs the school. They make the decisions, not the parish priest. That's a big change also. Plus, when I started, I could use the stick. But Mr. John Boland removed that back in 1980 something, so the stick is gone.
What is your favourite memory as a student and as a teacher?
As a student, I remember 1966, I think it was, and Roger Caseman's body was being brought back from London to be reinterred in Glasnevin. I remember going down to that. He was one of those who was executed in 1960, and it was a very, very, very cold day, very wet, very sleety. And I remember seeing Eamon de Valera there marching behind the hearse, and he was very straight. He was like the handle of a stick. I don't know, did he feel the cold, but we were 50 years younger than they were more, and we certainly felt that. That was one of the things. The other memory I would have from the school would be the camaraderie that we had as students, playing the hurling and the football, and the bit of crack we had in Dublin. That would be the big one from the school, from the teaching or training. From school, so they're all good. I mean, all my memories would revolve around the different pupils that I had, seeing them getting on and meeting them afterwards and talking to them.
What are the biggest changes you've seen in sport over the years?
I suppose the biggest one would be maybe in rugby, when rugby has gone professional. In my time, rugby was an amateur sport, but nowadays it's gone professional, and fellas, instead of going out at 12 stone weight, are now 25 stone weight, and extremely big, strong, tough men. It's a totally different sport. Hurling has gone something like that. It's not a professional sport, but certainly the players are far fitter now than they were when I was playing it. And of course, we didn't use helmets, we didn't use hand guards. We just took the belts, that was it.
How do you think the current Tipperary hurlers would stack up against the great players from the past?
I think the players of the past were better. Now, look, you'll always have good players in the present, you'll always have good players in the past, and it's very hard to compare one against the other. It's like comparing a back with a forward. They're two different positions in the field, they play differently. So it's hard to compare them. In my time, I suppose Jimmy Dale was the best hurler I would have seen from Tipperary. But then in the modern times, you have fellas equally as good on their day. For example, our own Jason Ford this year proved that he has the touches of Jimmy Dale. But I say overall, I think it's hard to compare them. Long ago, hurling was slower, hurling was tougher. Now it's faster. It's really a different sport now.
With so much talk of the great clashes between Tip and Kilkenny over the last 10 years, what match would stand out to you as the best Tip hurling match?
Well, the one that I would prefer, of course, would go back to 1987 when Tipperary won the Munster Championship down in Killarney. It was the first Munster Championship they won after 16, 17 years. They had won it in 71 and had won no game in Munster from 73 to 87. So after 14 years they won a championship game, and that was the highlight as far as I'd be concerned.
Thank you.